Welcome to Coffee and Candor. This is Amber.
Chris.
Ross.
And Brandy.
All right. We are going to talk about Miss Rachel. The original idea for this episode was to defend Miss Rachel because she's been getting bullied online.
Well, both your grandbabies love Miss Rachel.
And we will still do that. For those who don't know, Miss Rachel is a YouTube
so she doesn't
personality.
have like her own like show? It's all YouTube?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they're all on
you should
YouTube.
see the views.
But what I'm saying, like, she's not like on like Nickelodeon.
No.
I realized, I thought she had like a affiliated with a network.
No, her content. No, she's her own brand.
Well, she gets all the money that way.
Well, I
mean,
looked
it's
it
super
up.
smart.
Miss Rachel is worth $10 million.
I don't doubt it. I mean,
Yeah.
think about that Ryan kid. It pisses me off every time I think about it.
Is that fucking kid that made
Yeah.
20 million
Opens
bucks?
Yeah.
Man,
toys.
they should have taxed his ass 90% on that fucking shit. Anyway, so Miss
I've been
Rachel.
playing with toys my whole life for free.
Yeah, Miss Rachel is so popular amongst the youngins. She released a new video, I think it was the end of March. It was March 28th. And I looked at it a couple of days ago. That bitch had, what was it, 82 million views?
Shoo.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, or 86, something like that.
That's-
Something incredible.
Isn't she the one that has kind of like made it mainstream to teach littles to sign and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? That's cool.
Yeah.
she does the songs for littles and all.
I mean,
of-
and I think that's a super cool idea.
Oh, yeah.
We should have
Oh, yeah.
always been teaching and taught to sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she does all of this really great content. And what a lot of people don't know is she's either won a Grammy or been nominated for a Grammy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And I don't know if these people that are bullying her are like one comment that because
Well, the first bullying thing was the whole Palestinian. Yeah.
and that was because she didn't take a side, right?
Right. Because she wasn't. They were like, you say you care about kids, but what about
What
them?
about these kids? And she's like, well, I'm not informed enough.
Well, even if she was informed enough, her content and her brand is for small children, and those
Yeah,
are
the
adult
platform
issues.
is for children.
Right.
Yeah, and those are adult issues.
Well, and like,
And as an entertainer, nobody gives a fuck about any entertainer's opinion. They only matter to them.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, they should only matter to them. We can all think for ourselves, make our own decisions.
But I guess they've got as much right to be vocal about their opinions as anybody else. We just, we don't have to take their advice.
They do, and almost every one of them has gotten negative backlash when they've made the shit vocal. It's like, keep that shit to yourself. Nobody cares. Go play your basketball or act in your movie. So that's what she did. She
declined to.
Right. She didn't
Chime
take
in.
a stance. And people started shitting on her. What was the next thing?
When Jewel came out and said her pronouns were they them.
Okay, so
I didn't know that.
So she
Like
has
Jewel,
she
like-
has recurring people.
It's a girl on the show.
Oh, not
Yeah.
Jewel the singer.
No.
Jules.
this-
And it was
This is how connect.
Jules.
Jules.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Okay.
And it was like, wow, like
Yeah,
nobody
if
saw
you've-
that coming.
Yeah, if you've ever seen Jules,
It was no shock.
yeah,
No.
it wasn't like some massive revelation. And I don't know what people wanted.
Kind of like Pat on Saturday Night Live.
Well, it's kind of like there's this guy.
I think she was supporting Jules
Yeah.
in that, and people got butthurt.
Well, there's this guy that we went to school with. I don't see how anybody could have been surprised when he came out as gay. Like, I always just assumed he was. That was my default.
Right.
You know, I didn't care. He was my friend. I liked him, but it never occurred to me he might be into chicks.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with Jules. I mean, like I said,
It would have been more of a shock if
Yeah, if she said, "Hey, this is my husband."
Yeah.
You know.
Like, really?
Yeah, and
Didn't see that coming.
and Jules is her friend and her coworker or employee. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how that.
Jules is an adult as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was just, I know nothing about this.
And Jules plays the guitar and does a decent bit of songs on the in the content. I almost said series, but it's not a series. They're like standalone things.
Yeah.
And so people were shitting on her about that. Again, she's supporting her friend. She's not making a political statement.
Right.
So I thought that was real shitty. And then I happened to look her up on TikTok. Miss Rachel, not Jules. And apparently this one jackass who's probably 400 pounds overweight eating Cheetos in his mom's basement when he wrote this said something about she needs to lose weight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually
here-
surprised because most of the people that say that shit don't have profile pictures.
Oh, I don't know if he did or not.
Oh.
But do me a favor real quick. Look up Miss Rachel on the red carpet. You tell me if she needs to lose weight.
Miss.
They say that about all, and I'm like, are you blind?
Just wait till you see. There's one of her.
I
What
don't
was it, like
doubt
a
it.
red dress, I think.
I don't
Yeah, she
doubt
was
it.
in a red dress.
Miss Rachel red carpet. I don't know why. the
Or
internet's
maybe
so
Miss
slow.
Rachel.
That woman's a knockout.
Maybe Miss Rachel red dress. Oh yeah, she set that motherfucker on
Yeah,
fire.
no, she's
That woman's
fine.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And people and some people, you need to lose weight.
Whatever.
It's like, you need to mind your fucking business. Why are you watching her content
She
anyway?
looks great.
That's for fucking kids. So
Well, and as far as I'm going to say this about the whole Israel-Palestine thing, I don't believe that the majority of people in the United States need to be saying any damn thing about it, because from what I've seen, we don't know what's going on over there, because I see so many damn conflicting reports.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
see how we
It's
could
like
possibly
everything
know
else.
exactly what's going on out
Right.
there.
yeah.
Well, it's the same thing like over here on the news. They're shown different stuff overseas than what we're
Right,
shown.
right. I know because I've talked to
Yeah.
friends and they're like, well,
Like
my
drastically
view
different.
is
Yeah.
based on what I've seen. I'm like, that's not. And as far as the Israeli Palestinian thing, all I care about are the innocents.
Yeah.
I'm like, just cut the shit out and just
Right,
live
like-
your lives.
You know, y'all go do a battle over here, but quit killing innocent people.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see any more hospitals bombed and children blown to bits. I don't
Well,
care
and
what their
even-
nationality is.
And even that is a more complex issue than that.
It does,
You
to
know,
me, you know, all I care about in war is the innocent.
Well, and and that's the problem with war is that shit happens. It happens in every one of them.
I understand, but
and it will not change because we like to kill each other. I don't know why, but no, I'm sorry. The rich like us to kill each other. Is
Well,
actually
because
what
it makes
is.
them money.
well,
Oh, yeah.
and a lot of this, if you notice, a lot of this with the Israeli and Palestinian stuff, most people that you see that are outwardly supportive of Israel are Christian nationalists. My brother, his profile picture is the Israeli flag. And it's because they feel like Israel gaining control of this land is going to usher in prophecies from their religion.
Okay.
Well, I mean that's why they're supportive of it. Otherwise, why would they care?
I don't know. I've never understood the whole why we owe so much allegiance to Israel when they've never done jack shit for
It's
us.
because of Christian nationalism.
No,
I mean,
It's because they said it's the land of.
the Holy Land.
Yeah, the Holy Land.
And it's and it's prophesized that Israel will have this homeland, and that will usher in the end times.
I will say this.
That's the only reason they care.
I will say this, and this isn't politically anything. This is just a fact that from the time. All right, so there is historic records going back thousands of years that's where Israel was. So the Muslim or the Palestinian Muslims don't have any claim to it. Period. They like to say, oh well, but Muhammad blah blah blah. No, Muhammad was like 600 and something AD, and the records I'm talking about are like 1000 BC.
But if we're going to go by that,
hold on. Well, that's the claim. That's why the whole river to the sea. They're talking about they want to exile or kill all the Jews from the Jordan River to the Red Sea, Black Sea, Baltic Sea, one of them.
well, okay. If we give a
Persian
shit
Gulf, I don't fucking
about
know.
who has historical claim to this land, you need to pack your shit.
But I'm not going to.
That's my point exactly.
But hold on. So then Israel in 1947, after World War II, was given that land back. It was taken a little bit from the surrounding people, whatever the fuck, Jordan and Qatar and Saudi and all them. And this little swath of land.
created.
Yeah. And then everybody started attacking them almost immediately.
People have been fighting over the same scraps of land over there since the dawn of time.
Yeah. So Israel has decreased their country's landmass by like, I want to say it's 80% to try to appease everybody. This is all, you can look all this shit up. And they gave the Palestinians this outer shit, and there have been, I think, 4 or 5 different attempts to do a 2-state solution, and every time whoever's in charge of Palestine at the time has told everybody to fuck themselves. So
don't get me wrong, I'm not pro-Palestinian, I'm not pro-Israeli, I'm just pro-innocence.
yeah,
I get tired of seeing it literally hurts my heart and my soul seeing people just bombed into nothingness over stupid bullshit. And I understand that's the way the world works, but I'll never be okay with it.
yeah.
Because the people that pay for it are
never the ones that
are
started
not the
it.
ones making the calls.
No.
Yep.
That's what pisses me off. If it means so fucking much to you, put your own blood on the line.
Oh, hell
they
no,
never
we're not
do
gonna
that.
No.
Except, I will say this. Prince, whoever the youngest one in England,
Harry.
all right, so
He was like special forces.
members of the royal family are required to do military
Yeah.
service. So I think it's 2 years or something
Yeah,
like that.
and they have they come in with rank. They go through basic and all, but they come in.
They're officers,
Right.
Harry,
And whatever
though,
they choose to
and most of
go.
them work in some
Cushy.
cushy office gig. And they do their 2 or 4, however many years.
He
it is.
did real deal shit.
He was a special ops helicopter pilot.
Yep.
So I thought that was super cool.
I have a lot of, I know that's a whole nother can of worms with him and his wife and all that, and everybody's got an opinion. But I actually have a lot of admiration for him because of that. Because, when he served as a member of his, whatever they call their, groups over there, troop, battalion, whatever.
Right.
He didn't ask for any special favors because of his last name or his position.
Yep.
And he only quit because he was making an increased target on his fellow soldiers. They were trying so hard to get to him, people were dying.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, I can't do this anymore. And at least he was willing to, put his money where his mouth was, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Yeah, and that one is a rarity. You normally don't see that at all.
No, normally, like I said, The people that make the calls are not the people that have the real world consequences.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And that pisses me off. That, you know, if you think it's so important, send your sons and daughters
Mm-hmm.
to die, not theirs.
And that's why the rich people never have to go.
No, because they pay their way out of it.
Mm-hmm. Or they'll do
Trade
like
their way out of it.
Yeah.
they'll do like W did and do 4 years in the National Guard or some shit like
Well, I mean, Trump and his bone spurs.
that. W was a pilot.
Well, right. You know,
Let me say that again. W was an aircraft pilot.
Yeah.
That should scare the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting here processing that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I mean, there's always a way to
Yeah, because
safety.
didn't he fly in with somebody one time on
And
a carrier,
crashed, yeah.
on a carrier while he was president or while he was running?
Oh, I don't know.
He flew in with somebody on a carrier.
He,
at some
he
point.
may have.
You know, the rich will
all-
always find a way.
All of them get out of it.
Yeah.
W didn't. He actually did join the National Guard. But yeah, Trump had bone spurs. Clinton went to Canada.
There's always a, and I don't know
Yeah,
how
there-
Clinton did it because he certainly wasn't rich at the time. He must just have had connections.
He had,
I don't know.
Yeah, he had connections.
Connections.
He had law school connections.
Yeah, and I mean Yale and shit law. You know,
Harvard.
Harvard. I
Harvard
couldn't
law.
remember if it was Harvard or Yale, but I
Yeah.
knew it was Ivy.
Yeah, Yale lawyers don't get to be president. I'm dead serious.
Okay.
It's the super secret Skull and Bones. That's
Oh,
a
yeah, that's
Harvard
Harvard.
thing, and he was in it, and
I know.
so was
So was-
W.
yeah.
and all half the other fucking presidents. But anyway,
Well,
we've straight.
We've gone way, but
No.
yeah.
Not-
But the problem, the you know, the point is that they will find a way to take care of themselves.
Yeah, and fuck everybody else in the process usually.
Yeah, because that's all that matters is themselves.
But anyway, so
Miss Rachel.
yeah, so were there any other? I mean, she was like crying online and shit.
Yeah, see, I didn't see any of because I'm on TikTok a lot, so I heard people going, "They're bullying Miss Rachel," and that's about what I know about it. Because all
Yeah.
I know about her is from y'all's babies watching her, because she came along too late for like Mason. And,
Right,
you know.
right.
Well, I will say this. When we were growing up, if you were getting bullied, it was right to your face. Ever since the internet came about, people think there aren't any consequences for any of that
Yeah,
because
that's a
they're a,
damn
nameless,
shame.
faceless entity
But
online.
and that's what I don't understand how people feel that way.
Well, and-
because everybody is a person behind that username.
well, and let's talk about that.
Well, let him finish
Oh
this
my
and we'll go
God.
there.
Well, but the thing is, and this started back with what, AOL chat rooms, Yahoo chat rooms, something like that.
Instant messenger chat and all
you
that
got
shit.
this anonymity.
Yeah, this screen name.
Yeah, and you can be whoever you want behind that screen name. With for the most part, no repercussions. So
And
anyway,
it's bled over into all kinds of things like our children's safety and, you know.
yeah, you know, the predators took advantage of that immediately. But anyway, so Miss Rachel's been bullied, and she was crying online. And did I miss any part of that? Okay.
So it was about
wanted
Israel
to-
and it was about her friend, Jewel.
right, and then the
And
weight
saying
thing,
that she was overweight.
which like
That's
I said,
redonkulous.
the first two, she absolutely the first one wasn't her place to say anything.
Yeah.
Second one, she was supporting her friend, and the third one, that guy or those people are fucking either
They were
blind
just
or
looking
well,
retarded.
the,
or
the
something,
ones that
which-
are saying that haven't mentally aged past 15.
I guess.
I mean, honestly.
And so what I wanted to do was, because in Miss Rachel's position, with who her audience caters to,
Yeah.
who her content caters to, I understand that there are certain things that she and her crew, whatever she calls them, staff or coworkers or whatever, may want to say but probably can't.
Yeah.
I get that, and we can say those things. But then last night, I found out that she is going to have Dylan Mulvaney as a special guest.
Okay, look, it's June, it's Pride Month, and I am an ally 150,000%. So this has nothing to do with this person's. Dylan Mulvaney has got to be the most annoying human I have ever encountered.
I don't know about
Yes,
top.
I can't
but,
stand
but
him.
He's in the top 10, that's for sure. 7 billion motherfuckers, 8 now.
I can't even stand
and
the
he's
way
in the
they
top
speak.
10. Yeah.
That stupid fake smile.
Oh my god! Every time I see his face, I just want to punch it.
I mean, it's just,
He's just one of those people that, crawls under my skin.
and I just the fake positivity. It all just comes across as a caricature to me.
Well, the problem that I have with this particular thing, and it really, Dylan Fucknugget, in and of his self, yes, it's hyphenated.
Mulvaney.
In and of itself is not the issue. The issue is she's got this sexually ambiguous person coming on her show. She does not have a history of having special guests. Okay? That's important. Coming on the show to do whatever, doesn't matter
Is this
what.
something that hasn't happened yet? So we don't know, like, because you were like,
This is the
you've heard it's going to happen,
right,
but it hasn't
right.
happened.
And the problem that I have is that these children at this age are supposed to be learning factual things. And all that's going to do is confuse them. I hope she reconsiders that. Because I do think that would be
I don't
probably
necessarily-
not, I don't want to say detrimental, but I don't think it's a good
I don't
look.
think it'll confuse them because they're going to see it face value and they'll just think it's a woman. I mean, because
Well,
let's face it, Dylan Mulvaney dresses and acts hyper feminine. My thing is, why?
see, and that's the thing. It's, I guess what really bothers me is she's catering to the alphabet community, when the alphabet community is not who the majority of her viewership is from.
Well, I don't think there's a place for adult stuff in little kid shows.
If she wants
Exactly.
to have guest
Start a talk show
guest
format.
people, well, no, like have other people that cater to children
Yes.
shows, like have them.
Ryan or whatever,
Right.
you know, natural cross community kind of, you know.
Right.
I just don't understand, you know, unless she's starting a series where she's going to have different cultural icons, because I don't want to use the word celebrity because that's not.
Well, I don't think he's a cultural icon.
But I don't know what
either.
else to call it. Like really, like the phenomena. It's a TikToker. You know what I mean? I mean, you could say the same about Miss Rachel. She's just a social media person. So like, I don't know what else to call them. But unless like she's going to start a thing where, you know, we're having guest things and they're going to come in and read a story, or I don't understand the point.
Yeah, but she also has a master's in children's education. She's
Working
not
on
just
a second one, and she's a
Well, and I'm not,
teacher
I'm
and
not,
a musician.
I'm not
and-
talking about her qualifications or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, that's how she's gained fame, is as a social media persona. And I think it's super cool that she uses her degree in children's education to because everything I've seen about Miss Rachel has been super positive. You know, kind of like she's stepped into the fold that used to be like Mr. Rogers and, you know, Captain Kangaroo in our generation and all that stuff. And I think that's great.
a little. Yeah, she kind of
A little of each.
combines a little bit of all of that with a little bit of Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, I mean, all hugely
yeah.
positive, proactive, wonderful resources for children. You know, like Sesame Street, how many generations of babies has that raised?
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, because that's been around since we were babies.
I wish they still had Fraggle Rock.
Yeah. And so I think it's
Yeah, but that
wonderful.
wasn't a
and I'm not-
learning show.
Do what?
So that wasn't a learning
No, but it was
type
fun.
show.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I am in no way.
I want the Muppets back, damn it.
Yeah. What was Animal?
Animal.
I loved Animal. And Miss
And
Piggy.
Fozzie.
Yeah.
Fozzie Bear was back.
No, I was not trying to disparage her by calling her a social media. I just don't know what
Influencer.
you call.
Yeah, influencer.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I don't know. You know.
Yeah, but
Well,
I think when people hear the word social media influencer, they think of these little ditzy.
Yeah, I think vacuous.
Yeah,
serves
and
no
that's why I was
purpose.
saying
she
she-
obviously does.
Yeah, that's why I was saying she has a master. She's
Yeah.
not just some
Some
random
bimbo.
person that started
Right.
using it.
Yeah,
Like-
some high school girl shaking her ass on TikTok.
Right. I mean, she's doing like,
We all know there's a ton of those. out
oh,
there.
fuck yeah,
And it's
and
disgusting that they're getting paid for it.
you know,
Yeah.
I just
I mean,
don't
I'll,
see
I'll
the.
shake my ass on.
I mean, what is Dylan Mulvaney or any other social media person going to bring to her platform? You know,
Nothing positive.
nothing.
I'm sure it's going to show up this month for Pride.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Well, and here's the other thing you got to think of too. Let's say, okay, she's on her own, whatever. I guarantee you, there's people that help. What would you curate?
You mean
Her
like
content.
the behind the scenes?
Behind
I'm
the
sure she
scenes.
has a lot of help.
And you
I
don't know
don't
if she's
think
never
so.
done anything like that.
I
that
think
may
it's
be that
her
some-
and her 4 or 5 people.
Well, but I'm not
Okay,
saying a
but
lot
still,
of people like
some-
50, but
yeah.
still, there's
Yeah.
a team.
There's
Yeah.
a team. One of them may have said, well, you
This
should
would be
do
good,
this
you know.
because this will help your whatever, you know, blah, blah, blah. That a lot of that happens. And I'm sure you know in the music industry, whatever you start coming in as, probably nobody ends up like that because they all say, well, you need to change the way you dress.
You
You
know.
need to do
Yeah.
this. You need to do that.
yeah, and
And as far as like Dylan Mulvaney, when they first were a blip on my radar, I was like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know anything about this person. So
well,
I-
he got all of his notoriety from his whole chronicling.
day 75 in the
Yeah,
life
Of being
his
a woman.
life as a girl.
Right. Because by the time they hit my radar, they were already in like day 200 or something. And so I looked back and I was like, I don't know what this is. And I was watching. And at first I thought, well, maybe there's, you know, maybe I can tolerate this person. The more it just got, like I said, it became a caricature, you know, and I feel that does a disservice to, and I mean, they can live however they want, but I feel like it kind of almost does a disservice to trans people.
Well, see, so-
if you're not valid, if you're just not hyper, you know, like there's somebody in Cabot who's social media famous and is a trans person, Burrito.
Oh, yeah. True.
Burrito, however she says it.
Burrito.
And, you know, he's an EMT around here. And if he walked in the store right now, none of us would know that was not a natural born man.
And you know what? He doesn't rub it in everyone's face
That's
all
what
the
I'm
time
saying.
either.
He's
That's
just-
what I can't fucking
He's just
stand.
living his life.
Yeah, and whether I know or not, it doesn't matter. It's the what's the word I'm looking for? Just the out there, in your face, nonstop.
It's like the,
Yeah, they're like this
the
flamboyant.
performative.
Yeah.
nature.
Oh my God,
Well,
it's
and-
annoying.
Just live your life and be your authentic whoever that is.
Yeah.
Well, and Dylan Mulvaney did this 100% to get social
Well, of
media
course.
attention. And until he has his dick cut off, you won't change my mind.
I don't.
And you know what? And he did it too. He got Bud Light to give him millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he's gotten
I
millions
mean,
of
my
dollars from fucking
understanding
YouTube
is
and
he is
shit.
working towards bottom surgery, but I don't know, and I really give a shit. I can't speak about their motivations or anything because, like I said, they were well on this journey before I ever even heard who the fuck they were. So I don't know like what growing up was like for this person or, you know, anything. And everybody's different, but they just annoy. All I can tell you with 100% certainty is they annoy the living piss out of me.
Yes.
And it's just that the only word I can come up with is why it annoys me is it's like a caricature. You know, like
But Brandy,
the videos
that's
I've seen are like trying to be like Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah, like this 50s housewife or something.
It's just weird, and they annoy
well,
me.
but here's the thing. Let's take TikTok for example. I don't know how many 20-something-year-old women I see on TikTok that get on there and all they do is jump around and shake their butt.
Do those little dances and shit.
Like, do you not have some kind of talent? I
No.
mean,
That is
I
their
mean,
talent.
No, they don't.
but
Being in
that's
front
what
of the
I'm saying.
camera.
It's like they think just their presence is you're supposed to pay them.
Well, that's kind of.
I
I
mean-
mean, that's kind of where it all is heading.
Yeah.
Like I follow.
Oh, not heading. It's there.
I follow a lot of people on TikTok because something will catch my eye and I'm like, well, that may be interesting to me. So, and you know, sometimes I go, ooh, that was a big judgment mistake.
Yeah.
And then sometimes,
I follow a bunch of guys making knives.
and so, you know, I literally, my TikTok is as ADHD as my brain is. Like, there's a little bit of fucking every interest I've ever had in my TikTok. And, like, I follow this one called Glamaw. And I've started following her because she was this, and she's one that I liked at first. Now I kind of like have a hate on for her, but I'm still hoping she
Look,
There's a lot of
Is that
things,
like a
even
rage
YouTube.
boner?
I'll get notifications and I'm like, why am I still following them?
No, it is
You
kind
said
of,
a
Angry
hate on.
hand jobs, rage boners.
I
What
think
the
it
hell?
might
is
be.
wrong
Don't
with-
knock until you
What
try.
is
What
wrong
did
with
you
your husband,
say?
Amber?
She said that she had a hate on for her, and I said, "Is that like a rage boner?"
what
is
are you
wrong
not
with your
giving
husband?
him that he needs?
Yeah.
I think he needs some time alone.
Does he need time with Dylan Mulvaney? But her name is Glamaw, and she started as like this woman. She's from like Alabama.
You don't have to lower your voice when you say that. We accept all the states here.
No,
No,
I was
not
just
Alabama.
She was questioning, like she
yeah,
wasn't
like I
sure.
couldn't remember
No.
if she's from
I didn't say
Alabama
I
or
was
They
Georgia.
marry sisters and
Yeah.
crap like that. Yeah.
We don't judge.
But she's from
Arkansas just
I
marries
think
cousins.
I think it's Alabama. But anyway, and she started out at 550 pounds, and started. She says she has done it all pretty naturally. But, I mean, she's taken, like, the Wegovy shots, and she's lost down to, she's lost 200 pounds.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and she's, you know, and when she first started, and I would say they're about y'all's age. You know, I think she's maybe 5 years younger than us. She's got grown children, and they look to be in their mid-20s. She's got a little girl she adopted that's maybe Mason's age.
Wow, she
And
must have a ton of energy.
she better be on crack. I mean, this.
How she lost that weight.
Yeah, the little girl, you know, like they've been married forever, and the little girl, I don't know, she's obviously not like a family adoption because the little girl's black and they're white, but she's adorable, and it started when she was, you know, she was like doing recipes like to cook for. I think that's what really brought me in originally, because she was like trying to modify recipes to cook her family that would, you know, help her weight loss but still be palatable to this, you know, family that she's taking care of. And then she started, I don't know. So now it's just turned into one goddamn long commercial.
Yeah.
Oh, my
It
goodness.
pisses me off every time she comes on because she did, like I said, a lot of cooking videos. And then she made 2 cookbooks. And the cookbooks are just shit that I could Google.
Yeah.
All cookbooks are shit you could Google.
No, there are people that come up with original recipes and test them and write cookbooks like that. I mean,
not many though. Most of them.
oh, not anymore. No.
Google.
So I mean, like she's done 2 cookbooks, and everything is a fucking commercial. She does her outfit of the day, and it's also always from Shein or Bloom
Check my
Shein.
Amazon cart or
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Store.
I hate that.
And then, you know, then it's, oh, here's my pans. You can get them in the TikTok. I mean, it's just like,
I'll have all the links listed below.
yeah. And it's
Well-
like, you know, having a link tree and saying, oh, I'm using these pots, they're in my thing. But if it becomes the content, if the links support the content, but when the content is no other reason to support the links, you lose me. Mm-hmm. You know, I was thinking of you when I was watching TikTok earlier today because a TikToker we both like, Shining Nathan.
Oh my God, he scared me so bad the other night.
Made that one from the ICU.
I was like,
yeah,
oh
that
my
would-
God, is he dying?
I
Yeah.
know. I thought, is
kinda
he
concerned
grieving
about that.
himself over his mama?
Right.
It really.
That's why I
scared
told
me.
Chris, I'm like, his mom just died. I wonder, if,
Yeah.
you know, if he
And I
did
love
something to
him.
himself.
I love
yeah.
him. And so
He's good. I like him.
He's like
He's gay
He-
auntie.
you're gay, auntie.
gay auntie.
And he's like Southern. He lives.
He's
in
got that
San Antonio.
Southern charm.
Is that that one that used to, like when he first started?
He'd be in a caftan.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay,
that's Shining
okay.
He'd
Nathan.
have like a big hat
Yeah,
or a
he usually
turban.
has like a
Hat,
turban.
yeah, okay,
and,
yeah.
Well,
I love him.
He just recently lost his mom, and then I got a video, and it
It was like 36 hours
Yeah,
ago.
he's just
Yeah.
like, I'm here in the ICU.
and he looked.
Yeah, he
looked
looked bad.
bad.
It scared,
It scared me too, and I was like,
And he never said what was wrong. It's like,
no.
what the?
Everybody was
Oh,
just like,
man.
"What the fuck?" And I was thinking, "Oh my god!" Has
He
like
just
the
talked about how
stress-
expensive it was going to be.
Yeah, because he didn't have good insurance. Well, it turns out he was septic. We
I
know
can't
what
remember
that will do to you.
why.
Colitis.
Yeah, it's colitis.
And he just chalked it up to.
He
what
thought
said,
he
just-
thought it was stress, and he was
just
having stomach
stomach
issues,
issues. Yeah.
and it went so long he got septic. And
Damn.
they said that, like he said, the update today, his fever is gone and he's getting stronger. So a
Yep.
couple more days, and he'll probably be good to go. But
I heard that. I
it
was like, oh
scared
my
me.
God, thank
I know.
God.
I
That is-
was almost in tears. I was like, not after just losing.
I was
his
going
mom.
through comments, going back
me
through
too.
old videos.
It's like trying to figure out what was wrong. And
Well, so if he listens to this, which
I'm sure he doesn't,
I'm
but I love
100%
him.
sure he doesn't. But if he does, dude, you're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. We're
yes,
glad
we love you,
you're getting
and
better.
I
I
love.
want gay auntie to be my friend.
I know. I love his genuineness, and that's the difference
And that
between
Southern charm.
That's the difference between him and
Yeah, I like all of his videos.
him and Dylan Mulvaney.
Yes.
Shining Nathan is no less fabulous than Dylan
well,
Mulvaney.
he's
I'm sure
not
people
trans
would
either.
listen to me and think
No,
I'm
but
like,
what I'm saying is
he's gay.
right, but
he dresses in women's clothing.
right,
and,
and like
I know that
Yeah,
does. I
yeah,
know
yeah,
that doesn't
you're-
make him trans.
Right.
But
Well, no, it doesn't make him transsexual.
right, and I'm not trying
whatever.
to compare that.
Well,
but,
no, not whatever. because
I
there is
know there's differences.
But what I'm getting at is people are going to go, you're just hating on Dylan because Dylan is so out there. No, because let me tell you, Shining Nathan,
Oh, he's out there.
he out there. But I love his.
I know.
energy.
So, I'm sure people listen to me and be like, "Oh, she's like anti-gay, anti-trans." No, it's just solely based on their personality, like anybody else that I meet.
No, he is just as out there and as,
Oh yeah,
and I just fucking love him.
me too.
He's just got a good energy.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
It's like Blair White. I love her. She's trans.
What's wrong? You having issues?
He's stabbing me right here.
She got bullied at a pride, not parade, like
Like rally or something?
festival or something they were having. Security
Yeah,
was
she got
following her
harassed by
around.
security.
Wow.
They were telling people not to talk to her, and
Wow.
yeah,
So, wow. I don't even know what to say to that.
she did have a lot of fans there, though. There were people that were fans of her.
That was funny. Amber,
that's good. I
Amber
mean-
was telling me there was, I think it was a guy,
Yeah.
was sitting on one of the park benches, and
He's just like looking at his phone.
she walked up. She asked, I don't know, she asked if she could.
She
sit
said,
by
"Yeah."
him or
She said,
whatever.
"Can I sit here?" And he was just like,
He knew who she was.
Oh God!
He's like, "I just got through watching one of your videos. I watch you every day."
Yeah, so
Oh, he's so awesome.
so that's super cool.
Yeah. And we bitch a lot about social media because there's
I
a lot
absolutely
wrong with
hate
it.
social media,
But there's a lot good with it too.
Yeah,
but there's,
But it's like anything. The bad's gonna outweigh the good
best,
because
it's 50-50.
Well,
I'm not saying there's more bad than good, but it's talked about more
bad's
because
always
it's
louder.
yeah.
You know, Chloe sent me this video this afternoon, and first it got my heart because I swear to God, this little child looked like a Black Mason. He was adorable, and his little round face and sweet voice.
I follow that guy. He's cool.
I do too, as it turns out. I didn't realize it, but I had already followed him. And this guy just goes around and like donates haircuts to people, homeless people or kids, just
and
whatever.
he talks to him.
Yeah, and
while he's doing it, and
Yeah.
I mean like meaningful.
Yeah, I've seen his
conversations,
videos.
Not just
well, this little guy, his name was, they called him Cash, and I think his name was Cashmere. He was a little black boy, and I don't know, maybe Mason's age, maybe a little younger. I'd say 7 to 9.
Okay.
Cute. And he's like, I don't know who the grown-up man was with him. At first, I thought it was his dad.
I assumed it was his dad.
And he said,
Apparently
"Can I
it
give him a
wasn't.
haircut?" And he goes, "Well, how much is it?" And the guy goes, "It's free, $99." And he starts, and he's like, "Well, what makes you happy?" And and as conversation goes, you find out this little boy's dad had died.
Oh.
And it was just heartbreaking, but it was so, you could tell that the two of them, the man cutting the hair and the little boy, they were really connecting on this deep level, and the little boy was really listening to him, and you could tell that the little boy's story, like you could see the guy visibly getting moved, and I just thought, well, I mean, what a beautiful interaction, like, because he was saying, well, what makes you happiest? And he was like, the thought that I'll see my daddy someday. And well, what do you do when you're sad and you're trying to, get past it? Well, I pray because somebody told me that, that was how I could talk to my daddy now. And he was like, you keep doing that and your daddy hears you. I believe that. And it was just really a beautiful moment. I mean, and so I just think the things like Dylan, and I've decided to do this in my own. The people that annoy me, I just don't consume. I used to hate watch them.
Yeah.
Oh, not me.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
Yeah, and I was just like,
no,
And I
no.
just
I'm like,
stopped doing that
no,
because I'm like, no,
that's feeding the monster.
Yeah,
That's why I had to unfollow all the news
yeah,
Yeah,
pages on
like
Facebook.
local stuff.
All the
National,
news pages.
yeah,
all
all
of
of
them
them.
because it's all.
The only thing I get now is weather.
Yeah,
Because I would get a story and share it, and I'd start a fight with someone, and then this whole thing.
And
And,
it's all fucking fear mongering.
yeah.
and I'd read something, and it just pissed me off, and I'm like, I need to get rid of every news station I have on
If it
here.
impacts your peace, it needs to go.
I'll tell you what. I actually go one step further. If I see something, and I start rolling through the comments, and I run across one that's just so stupid that it makes me mad, I block that person. I may not know them.
But that way you never have to see it again.
My block list is big.
Oh, my block game is strong.
I haven't done that as much, but I'm getting better about it. But I'm just like, I just refuse any interaction because I'm not going to feed the things that annoy me, and I'm going to give all my attention to the things that I think are good. And, like that. That was just beautiful. So I reposted it, give that your attention.
Like especially if it's a friend's post and I'm going through the comments, and one of their friends that I'm not friends with says something that is just totally out of, and I'm like, okay, you're never gonna say something that I'm gonna want to hear.
Yeah, I
so
don't need to see any of
you
your
get
stuff.
blocked.
Yeah, I did that actually today on one of my posts.
One of your own posts?
Somebody came back and made a comment about, and we're fighting.
It was a friend of yours?
Acquaintance. About, I posted like, now they're trying to come for Dolly.
Yeah,
Dolly
Parton.
If you got a problem with Dolly Parton, you need to examine your heart.
Was it the Dolly, was it like a library thing or something you shared?
It was, they're saying that, basically, they're saying that Dolly's love and y'all-alternative shit is just all hate wrapped in a package. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you're
No,
evil.
it's not.
You're just evil. That
No, it's
woman
not.
has donated millions of her own dollars for literacy for children.
Yep.
And you're going to come on
When
here.
Nashville flooded, how many fucking
Yeah,
houses
she paid
did
their
yeah.
their mortgages for a year.
Oh wow.
I mean, she's
Yeah.
an incredible humanitarian.
yeah.
And I'm like,
And what were they bitching about?
they were just basically saying her whole platform,
Her whole- that-
her
that,
whole
like,
thing
her
that
whole
she
thing
does
that she does,
is
her
fake,
thing.
and it's just another form of hate.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's the most backward shit I ever heard.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever
Right.
heard.
I'm like, who can look at all the shit this woman does? I don't care if you like her music or not, if you think her boobies are wild or her hair. She's an incredible human being. And I was just, so I posted that, and then some motherfuckers get to fighting Trump 2020, and then coming back, and I'm like, unfriend, you're all gone. I don't, You just damaged my peace. I was just trying to take up for Dolly, you know, and that's why I made that post later. That's like, who celebrity or public figure do you admire and try to model yourself after?
I saw that post.
Yeah. Well, that's why I made that, because she's one of those people that I've always thought, if there were more Dollys in the world would be a better place. And I feel that way about like Stephen Terry Irwin and Betty White, just people who, whether it be their mission is love, whether it be for animals or people or children, I don't care. Like I feel that way. Like I don't know nothing about President Jimmy Carter's politics, but I admire him and his wife as human beings because they really.
Yeah, he's an odd instance because he was a bad president.
Yes, but he's a good man.
He was a good good person.
He's still hanging on, but.
I mean, he did I think he did Greenpeace shit or
Habitat for Humanity. I mean, he was out there at 90 years old building houses.
Building
Him and
houses.
Rosalind. And to
you don't see
I
that.
almost signed up for Habitat for Humanity.
Really?
Yeah. Everybody got really quiet.
No,
No, that's cool.
What did you say first?
She almost signed.
Oh, okay.
No.
When I was in high school.
She
Oh,
almost
okay.
did.
Yep.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, I mean, I admire the way they chose to. They were staunch Christians, but they didn't lead with anger and division. They just lived a life that reflected who Jesus was. And they didn't have to do anything else. And that's my thing. I respect the shit out of that. We talk a lot about religious trauma and stuff, and I've got no use for organized religion. That's no secret.
Nope.
But Christians like that, or Muslims like that, or Hindus like, you know what I'm saying? Any Buddhist, if you can live the principles you preach, I'll respect you to the ends of the earth. Because it is not easy to live to an ideal. And we all fall short. But if you're living it in the public eye, and you manage to really live those ideals, I think you deserve that kind of respect. And so, yeah, that's why I posted that, because it made me think about it. I
did read the comments, and I saw one of them from some fucking guy. He was like, Biden, because he told Trump to shut up when he was still president.
I laughed at that.
It's like, God, shut the fuck up.
You know who that was? Chris.
Not me.
It's Chris's alter ego. No, but yeah, I
That's
laughed at that
Randy.
one. No, that's right, I forgot. But yeah, I mean, like that meme that goes around about, about Mr. Rogers and Reading Rainbow and Steve Irwin and
Bob Ross.
Yeah,
I'm
and-
starting to wonder about Bob Ross.
We already talked about
There's
that.
a lot out there. I
He
don't
did a
know.
lot of paintings, and there was
a
there
happy
was a
little
serial
tree.
killer in
happy
wherever he
little
was,
tree.
Anchorage
Happy
or
little
Fairbanks.
corpse.
When he became popular, he had the afro.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let him cut his hair because it was like a signature.
It was like he had to keep it.
Yes.
No shit.
Yeah,
almost
they
like
would not let him
trademark
cut his hair.
purposes.
Yep.
That's one of the things.
Plus,
that-
it was a convenient place to hide the murder weapon.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
one of the things. What's his name? Oh my God. Norman Reedus laughs about the Walking Dead series. He's like, I didn't know I was going to have that damn haircut for so long. You know? It's like my mom was like, so you didn't.
He'd be like, somebody make me a wig, please.
Yeah, his mom would say, so you didn't die in this episode? No, Mom, no haircut. So.
See, still see you got that hair.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, choices were made. I didn't think it through.
So, do we have anything else we want to...
How much time we got?
We're at 50 minutes right now.
There's something I was going to talk about a minute ago.
Can it be on another episode?
I don't know, because I can't even remember what it was. No, I think that you should go ahead and add what you were talking about.
Right now?
Yeah, it ties in.
Okay.
I can look, because I Googled them.
Yeah.
Ross showed me this post, and at first I was like, I really hope that this is just a joke.
Yeah.
That somebody made that shit up, but they didn't.
It's a Facebook page that, it's not great, but they post some funny things. And then occasionally,
Is that
they
the
post-
Facebook page titled "I can't masturbate to this, but I'm damn sure gonna try"? Or
Oh
something?
my God.
Yeah.
That's a good
So
name.
anyway, somebody posted a deal on there,
Damn it, why is
and
my
it was
history not in here?
it was about this guy, and Brandy's trying to look up the names. I can't remember.
Yeah, I remember the guy's name, but I can't remember.
Um,
Her name was like Rona.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, they were talking about him being dad zoned. I've never seen anybody get dad zoned before.
The fuck does that mean?
And they were talking about, so it was him
It was
and
like a series of pictures.
and this woman and her daughter.
Okay.
And she apparently made this big post.
You said and her daughter, so not his daughter.
Not
Right,
his
and
daughter.
that's important.
He was not the father.
Is he the stepfather?
Nope.
Nope.
He's the boyfriend.
Nope.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So he's a
So-
guy that's in the picture. All right.
And
Her
so
best friends.
she made this big social media post about what a wonderful person he was, my best friend,
Oh.
and that the daughter chose him as her dad. And
Okay, I'm going to read this to you. It said, a dad, this is the post. A dad isn't the one who created the child. A dad is the one who takes responsibility. He goes out of his way even when that kid isn't his. Sloan, you are my best friend and such an amazing dad to Hosanna. The most amazing thing is that she chose you. I hope one day you can find a woman who will treat you as well as you treat her. Crazy to co-parent with someone who's not my partner or her father, but here you are, the rock that holds our family together. Go best friend, that's my best friend.
That is a dangerous game she's playing.
yeah,
Because what she doesn't understand
Well-
is he wants to fuck her. Or he wants to be with
he's
her.
attracted to her. He wants to be with
Well,
her.
and you can,
Yeah.
okay,
Well,
hand them
she
my
made-
phone. I want them to see the pictures of what she's wearing
Yeah.
in these pictures with him.
Is that the daughter?
On his
that's
head that they've got marked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking about her in the bikini.
Okay, that fucking bitch is like 18 years old.
Okay.
I was thinking this was someone who was like in their 30s.
No, but she still has a child.
Yeah, and if he is... Oh,
So anyway,
well, hold on. If he's not in a romantic relationship with her, he does not need to accept any kind of responsibility for that kid either.
that's not what it's about. So she goes and she makes this big post. Mm-hmm. That right
It goes
there.
because she's someone with a social media following.
Yes.
Apparently, she's pretty popular on TikTok. I didn't know that. She's never come across my radar.
And
So the post gets
the
a lot of
internet
traction.
proceeds to just completely burn him to the ground over being dad zoned.
Like that guy has been iced out. He's like, you know, the level boss of friend zone.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, they right.
He
mega simp. Here's-
removes himself from her presence because of all this. Mm-hmm. I guess starts dating somebody else, and it just continues
It just
and
they
gets
won't.
worse and
People
worse and
just
worse.
keep
He killed
tagging him
himself
and
over
shit.
Oh shit!
And
He killed himself.
Yeah.
over it. And she
Why did I mean he?
and
he
she
wasn't.
refuses to accept any blame for it. And you know what she is now?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't
men's
put
mental
blame on
health
her either.
advocate.
I wouldn't put blame
I
on
don't
her
think
either.
there's
It was
blame.
the idiot bullies online.
Right. She
And
didn't-
after he moved
Not
on and started
blame, I
dating
guess.
someone else, why were they still coming for him?
I don't
just
know.
basically saying that he was such a pussified,
Pathetic, yeah.
nobody would want him.
Oh my god.
And I'm like you. I don't think she necessarily did anything wrong. I do think that that's a dangerous game to play, because what I thought of when I read it was, okay, she moves on, they're BFFs, whatever. She moves on, finds a new guy, gets serious. He's going to step into that role, and then that's going to be devastating for both the child, and the man.
Yeah.
And so that's why I thought it was a dangerous game to play, because, you know, and I mean, I'm not saying maybe they could come to some agreement where everybody could stay in the child's life, but I think that would be the exception rather than the rule.
I do think there is a little bit of blame to go her way, though, because, and I know this is
Blame
good.
or responsibility? I mean,
I don't think it's either.
Well, hold on.
I wanna hear what it like.
Blame and responsibility are the same thing. And this is going to be controversial, but not everything needs to go on social media for everybody to fucking see. And she made him look like a big old bitch in front of literally the world.
Well, and I guess, you know,
Okay, it depends how you look at it, because some people could have looked at it and been like, that's a great guy for
right,
stepping
'cause
up.
that's how I saw it. I was like,
That's how I was looking at it too.
What a great man to take responsibility and step in and make a child's life better.
Yeah.
I didn't see that as a weakness from him at all. That's hell. I think there should be more people like him, much less saying he's like this
But
big. I mean, and I
do
can't
you
see
not
it from a man's perspective.
Do you not see some degree of manipulation on her part as far as the relationship goes?
Okay, but if you want to do that, you can put blame on him too for sticking around.
Yeah.
And putting himself.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
You can put blame on both of them for being in that position.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, to me, the
I
people
don't-
that
I
are to
don't think
blame are the people that were so
the bullies.
awful.
Oh, definitely no, they're horrible.
Well, I'm saying, yes, of course, the online bullying is terrible, and that shit should never happen. But she could have also, you know, her post is the one that started it. So,
Right.
but she wasn't promoting that he was this big
Yeah, she wasn't
pussy
saying, "Look at
who
this
does
big
whatever
loser."
she says and takes care of her kid. If it was that, absolutely she'd be
Yeah.
responsible.
Okay, but do you don't think that the post itself?
I don't think that's what she inferred.
No.
What?
That I don't think she was making a dig.
She
I'm
was
not
saying
even
how great of a guy he
dig,
was.
But you don't think that the post itself was her publicly?
Emasculating him?
Yeah, kind of.
yeah.
No.
See, as a woman, I honestly don't. And
As a guy, I kind of think it is.
Well, I think it's interesting
I mean-
that Amber and I see it one way and y'all see it another, because I would have never thought.
And I mean,
would've-
I'm not like, I'm not saying that's what it is, but I
But
kind
what
of.
I'm saying is that would never even occur to me.
And I bet all those bullies were guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure
Oh,
they
you
probably
fucking
were.
pussy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They probably
yeah.
were.
Because
Because the women would be like, that is so sweet.
that's a good guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
it's just
and
interesting.
not
to me.
only that, there are probably guys that can't fucking get dates either.
They're probably
Oh, I'm
innocent.
sure.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from a guy's perspective, there's
little
not,
bit.
There's not shit worse than being friend zoned.
No.
I mean that's like
Okay,
a kick in
but
the dick. And
if you
that
just
like-
if
is
you
that
just
gonna
look
hap-
at the words that she posted, she didn't do anything to put him down.
Why is
Yeah,
being
well, yeah,
friend
and-
zoned so emasculating?
if you are romantically,
They weren't.
He was.
he was.
You don't
I
know that.
guarantee
though.
Well, then that's his
100%.
problem.
You're
I
assuming
guarantee
that.
you he was.
If he was, that's his problem. That has nothing to do with her.
Yeah, she can't
but did
nobody
she
is
have
go-
to publicly?
Talk
Again,
about how great of a guy he
I
is.
thought she was publicly blowing him up. You know,
Yeah.
like, look at this amazing human. I really took it that way.
Yeah.
See, that's
I don't know her, and I've never seen any of her
I
stuff,
guarantee
so I
you,
don't
if
know
I made
her
a post like
attitude.
that, it would be genuinely saying, this amazing guy.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of women out there that wouldn't. It'd be the opposite.
Yeah,
I've met some of
and
them.
that is.
So I don't know because I don't know her.
Okay. And
It's kind of, and I hate to say this, but it's kind of sounding like y'all are on that line of, well, I mean, she went out dressed like that. Don't you expect her to get raped? That
No.
kind of. But do you see what I'm saying? Like,
No, I don't.
I do. I see what she's saying.
Yeah,
No, I don't.
I think it's a woman-man thing.
It's
I really
gotta
do.
be.
But
because you're saying, well, she posted that, so that's obviously what she meant.
yeah.
But that's not. She didn't say anything.
Yeah, like she didn't. She literally
hold on.
said
Here-
no negative words.
So,
not- okay.
yeah, okay, but from a guy's perspective, what she said was, "You are doing a great job with my kid, and you are firmly in the friend zone." No guy.
No, she did not say
that's,
that.
That's from a guy's perspective. Yes, she did.
No, that's not what she said. You're gonna say what she said, what
I'm
she
gonna
wrote,
say
what she
exactly what
typed.
I said.
No,
That's-
that's what you think. That's what you
That
think.
is what that post said to every guy that read it.
That's what you think
But I
when
don't
you read
understand
Okay.
because just because look, okay, in order for him to be the dad, whether that be the stepdad or the dad who stepped up, you know what I'm talking about. Then they would have had to have an attraction to each other. I'm not attracted to every man that's straight and I'm straight. So just, that doesn't mean she thought he was a piece of shit guy or not a worthy guy. It just meant he didn't light her fire. But that doesn't mean he's not masculine and good, and I just don't get it.
it. And I mean, they also could have been, you know, maybe they
Like
grew
a
up
brother-sister
together. They were
relationship.
almost like a brother sister. Maybe
Yeah.
they knew each other for a long time.
Like, it
and
would
there
have been
was no
weird,
romantic
you know.
thing there, and we don't know if either one was attracted to each other or
Yeah,
not.
we're just assuming that. I just honestly, I don't understand how the friend zone in itself, just saying, I want us to be friends. I don't understand how that's emasculating.
No.
If you okay,
being
there's
friends
a
with
difference.
a woman and being friend zoned are not the same
No.
thing.
Then explain.
Not
Okay,
the same thing.
because I'm confused now.
And there's a difference between I'm talking to Amber and I'm saying I really like you, I want to go out with you, and you and I talking, you say I'm not interested in you like that. I love being friends, I love hanging out together, but I'm not interested in you like that.
Okay, so what is that?
that's- that's still
and
not the
her
friend zone.
standing up in the middle of the gym at the high school
Okay,
and making that
okay,
statement.
I see that now, but
That-
I'm gonna
that's
need
that's how
y'all.
we're seeing it.
I'm gonna
But-
need y'all to tell us what friend zoning is because
okay.
I thought it was what you just talked about with Amber.
Yeah,
So here's
As
the
a
thing.
woman, I'm genuinely confused.
So
I'm serious.
There's a difference in how it's handled.
I want to hear what Chris has to say.
okay, so
You get what I'm saying,
yeah,
don't you?
yeah. So all right, it's there are people that have articulated this much better than
Yeah,
I'm about
I mean,
to.
I don't know how to.
Well, what got me, Chris, was when you said there's a difference between being friends with a girl and being friend zoned. That's what I want you to explain to me.
Okay, we're friends.
Yeah. And have been.
Okay,
Like,
There you
I
go.
would honestly
That-
believe outside
No.
of Amber, I'm your best friend in the world.
yeah. So that is a friendship.
Right? And a friendship equals.
Yes.
Like,
yeah. So
and I
what?
think I know what you're saying because the friend
So,
zoning, there's an
when-
innate quality.
Yes. So when you have, and this, I guess it's not only for single people, but ethically, I guess it would be. I guess you could do it if you're married, but you know that's a whole different fucking thing.
yeah.
You've opened a ballpark now.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. So you've got a single guy, single girl, and the single guy is and this is almost always how it happens. The single guy is the nice guy. He's the one that if she needs something at 2:00 in the morning, unless it's Dick, he's the guy she's calling. She's drunk at the bar and needs a ride.
So,
That's
okay.
the guy she's calling.
So-
every time she goes out with some dickhead who beats her up and breaks up with
That's
her,
the guy she's
that's
calling.
the guy she runs
Put a pin
to.
in there for a second because this is
yeah,
important.
because I
to
have
this
I
story.
have a quick question too.
Okay, well, it did say when I was reading on this, Sloan, literally,
Who is Sloan? Which
the
one is
guy.
Sloan?
The guy.
Oh,
in the
I
picture.
thought that was a girl's name.
No.
Okay.
I can't, her name's Rona something. Literally picked her up, saved her life when her baby daddy tried to beat her to death with a steel pipe.
And she friend zoned him.
And she friend zoned him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
what's
my
Amber's?
quick question is, did he ever make it known to her that he was interested?
We don't know.
I don't know.
Don't know.
I don't know.
He
Then
didn't
how
say.
can you say it's friend zoned or not if you don't have that information?
Are you saying
Because the way you're explaining it is like this really nice guy likes this girl, but he's never told her that he likes her. I guess she's just supposed to pick up on it. And
Y'all
if she
are the one that
doesn't,
are better at
Y'all
picking up
expect us to
signals
just
than
pick up
us.
on the
and
shit?
if
Come on
if she
now.
doesn't, then she's friend zoned him.
Well, but baby, you didn't have any problem coming to me and going, I want you. I pick you. He didn't have any problem doing that to her.
Okay. You don't know whether or not this guy did that.
But no, we don't, and that's what I'm saying.
That's what
y'all
I'm
don't
saying.
either.
But
I know.
okay. You're right.
We're talking in hypotheticals.
Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, y'all were pretty adamant about the friend zone thing.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, 99% of the
what
time
I-
it's a duck, and that
Here's what we're
sounds like a duck.
saying.
That's what I'm saying.
If he did, she could have said, look, you're great with Hosanna. I really like you as a friend, but I'm not interested in you romantically. Great.
And-
the
and-
fact that she made that post,
But we don't know if she didn't say that.
You're absolutely right, and that's
don't- yeah.
that's the 1%.
Exactly.
Maybe he just really was good friends with her. Like we said earlier, maybe he felt like she was a sister and he
Yeah.
wanted to protect her.
And
And he
know
wanted
what?
to take care of her kid.
You could absolutely be right. But my guy intuition says you're not.
Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me more about
mean-
this.
your guy
You're
intuition,
saying-
your girl intuition tells you to pick the bear. Our guy intuition tells us that.
And I guess that's where we just agree to disagree.
We
Yeah, I mean-
we were talking about something the other day. It was flipped. If you want to be on an island
Oh, for 90 days with a woman
with
or a
a
dog?
woman or with a dog, I was like, I could answer that question. I'd pick the dog.
I would pick the dog.
And Chris said, "Well, it depends if it was you or not." I said, "We didn't get a choice on the guy."
I'd take the dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the
dog.
dog's the only
Yeah.
way to go.
But what? So the rest,
Yeah,
the rest
like
of the friends
more
with it-
about this. Like, okay, so he's the guy that she calls on. So what I'm
So
getting is
he's the one that, and he.
you want to
gets
say
all-
he's the pushover?
He is hypothetical. This whole situation
Right.
is hypothetical.
He-
No, not the pushover.
he does all the
but-
good guy stuff and takes all the and does and
and
does
she
all
goes out and fucks the bad guy.
gives her affection to somebody else.
Exactly, knowing
so,
exactly what the fuck
so
is
you're
going
saying
on.
that his good deeds are supposed to be paid back by her?
Oh, fuck you.
What?
No,
I mean-
no.
Does that not
the
what that
whole
sounds like?
point is here that it was done so publicly.
But she didn't. I understand what you're saying, but she didn't say anything bad about him.
No, she
No,
didn't,
she
and I'm
didn't.
not saying she did. Well,
I'm just
Damn,
sitting here
I
trying to
don't
figure
get
out, like,
it.
never as a woman, if I made a post like that, I would think guys are going to rip him a new asshole.
No.
That would have never.
damn. Well, you are naive.
Men must be awful.
They are.
I mean, what the
Guys
fuck?
are assholes.
They are.
Wonder why we picked the bear.
Just like y'all. Y'all are assholes to each other.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Women are so much worse to women than
Oh, yeah.
guys are
Yeah.
to guys.
Yeah.
And this was probably a handful of fucking,
Keyboard,
yeah, like you said, probably incels. Because adult men don't have time to
Well,
read
right,
this bitch's post
like
anyway.
to be that invested, like adult anybody's, like
But they were really young, so I mean,
Yeah.
it was probably all teenagers. Probably,
Yeah.
right? I mean, they're still
maybe.
stupid and immature.
Yeah, and you
Oh,
know,
I mean, I think they were like in their 20s.
early.
but actual adults don't have time to read this
Yeah,
bitch's
no.
post.
No.
That shit is for high school kids who have nothing better to do.
Or grown men that live in their mother's basement.
Yes,
Yeah.
them too. That
Do you
stalk
get what I'm-
early
I
20s.
mean,
I mean,
high school
I
kids.
after Chris said what he said, because I can think back.
And it's not just guys.
just wait, no.
It's not just guys that get friend zoned. Girls can
No,
get friend zoned
girls
too.
can too.
Right. Oh, I was friend zoned by somebody I cared about.
There you go. I mean, that's what I'm talking
But that's
about.
but when his heart was broken,
You're the one he ran to. You're the one he called when he needed advice, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
blah.
then he
You did
took my best
all of
friend
it-
to the prom.
Yeah.
And you did all of
Exactly.
this, and you did all of this girlfriend shit,
Yeah.
and didn't get the girlfriend payoff.
Yeah.
and
Right.
it's the same thing.
So it was the
guys.
payoff.
Oh, good God.
Amber's like, so what you're telling me is it was transactional.
Okay, everything is transactional.
No.
No, I
though.
can think.
Hiring a hooker is transactional.
No,
Everything is transactional.
I'm thinking about this. Actually, has made me see something with new eyes.
Well, good.
No, because
a
there's
third
some
pair, contacts, the glasses, and, now
and the new
ones.
eyes.
Yeah,
But no,
Lieutenant
there-
Dan got new eyes.
there was somebody who very much wanted to be with me when we were in high school. And they were my friend. I'm not talking about you. They were my friend. You got the payoff. Damn, I gave you 2 children. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Well,
But there were a couple. Well, there was
after your ex got through trying to beat you to death.
There were actually, I can think of at least 5 to 7 guys like this. And I mean, I'm as individuals that were always pursuing me. And they were my friends. But that's as far as it ever went for me. And that was as far as it was ever going to go. There was just something that, like, when they came in the room, this shut off. And they were always, they became like this little group that was always trying to, like, one-up themselves, each other.
and they were friend zoned.
But I didn't see it that way because I never had an interest in them, and I just thought that they genuinely liked me as friends. Now, looking back, I get that they were probably
It may have started
not
as
shoplifting for me because
them, it may
they.
have started as them liking you as a friend,
And then
and went from there.
Then they
You
caught
don't
feelings.
know, but yeah, exactly.
But if Brandy would say something about how nice they are, and he killed himself,
It's
how
not,
is that her fault?
No. That's not. That's what those were the words. That wasn't the message.
You don't know what the message was.
I know what the message was from Guy's eyes.
and tell
Well,
me
that-
what the message was.
Thank you for taking care of my kid,
And
and
me.
I hope so.
And me,
Yeah, and me. And I hope you find another
find
girl.
somebody-
I hope you find someone willing to touch your wiener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how else to explain that. If y'all don't get it
I
from
guess
that,
that's y'all
She
fair.
literally said the part about I hope you find
yeah,
someone.
that part was like
Okay.
legitimate, right in
But
the
I mean,
thing.
I would have taken
'Cause
that
it
as
ain't me.
genuine. Like, I hope you find
mean-
somebody that deserves you.
Well, and she
If
made
she's not attracted to him, and he continues to do all this shit for her, how is that her problem?
technically it's not.
I think this is their bear. Mm-hmm. I mean, honestly,
Women
I think,
are bear. Yes,
Yes.
huh?
women are
Our
bear. Y'all aren't the only ones with a bear.
I thought y'all loved us.
We do.
We do.
It's just for the payoff.
Yeah. Clearly, it's
mother.
transactional in nature.
See,
Whatever.
that's why I'd take a bear. You know how many times a bear's tried to win an argument? Goddamn never.
Single time.
Leave me with the bear. I'll take the guy. Give me the guy.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Because honestly, when you brought that up to me early today,
What?
all this story,
Oh, okay.
none of this was in my thought process.
Yeah, as soon as you read it,
Yeah, no shit.
it was, I mean, that's...
It's very eye-opening, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all are acting like we just made this
Yeah,
shit up.
wow. No
Y'all are
shit.
just like really pissed about it.
They're like, y'all are like
Y'all
emotional.
got really pissed about the bear.
Yeah, y'all got pretty goddamn emotional about the bear.
Hell, they're still bitching about the fucking bear everywhere online.
Well, to be fair, the friend
think
zone
the
isn't
person that
sexually
was
assaulting you.
I'm pretty sure the person that was most pissed off about the whole bear thing was you.
Chris.
No, it was him.
I wasn't pissed off about the bear.
You seem pretty pissed about it. You quit talking. You shut down.
That's because y'all kept changing the fucking rules.
You just went.
no, you're right. They did keep changing the rules.
For everybody else, it was a random bear and a random guy. And I said, I'll take the guy. And then it was, but it's the biggest guy in the world, and he can...
Because we were trying to make a comparison of what...
No, it was random. Random guy, random bear. Not, but we're going to put you in the woods with a 8-foot tall fucking giant
It's not
that's got a raging boner and hadn't eaten in 8 days. Or fucking whatever kind of shit you come up with. That's the goalpost kept changing.
Okay.
You know what I've noticed? That there is a huge correlation between sexuality and anger for Chris. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. And I think we can close this episode on that thought. Good night.
Goodbye.